What is going on, YouTube family? Welcome to another episode of Pips and Points, and a special shout out to all my Piptonites. Thank you for coming back and watching another episode of awesome technical analysis, where we're going to look at potential plays if you haven't gotten into that already. So, my Piptonites, you guys should be in the blue or green right now if all the recommendations that I've made from Friday, Monday, if they made sense to you. If they made sense to you, you should be in the blue or green right now, and you should have collected some awesome pips, because that is what Piptonites do. We collect pips, we slay pips, we slay the bull market and we slay the bear market. We slay them both, right? So, if you haven't done so already and you're thinking about becoming a Piptonite, where every time I upload a video, you're able to catch it, because it is time sensitive. I release it on the day, so you want to make sure you definitely catch those. All you got to do, simple thing, just push the subscribe button, bing, hit that, turn on the notification and turn on the bell, and every time I drop an awesome video, you be the first to find out, or one of the first to find out. Okay, so I want to offer you guys an apology, because yesterday I was supposed to make a video and I did not, because I just didn't make a video. So my apologies for that, right? But today it's gonna be really awesome in terms of what we're gonna talk about. So the first thing I want to talk to you guys about today is that on Monday's video, okay, I think it's either Monday's videos or Friday's video, I talked about having my stop all the way down here. Now that is bad practice, okay? So I've looked at that. That is not something I should be doing. So what I've done is I've actually removed my, so right now there is no chance I could ever be in the red, because I've moved my trailing stop up to this level right here, right? So whatever happens, I get locked out in profit, and then I re-enter again, but hopefully it doesn't come down, it keeps pushing up. So that's what I've done so far. So let's go into a lower time frame so we can examine my reasoning behind that. So my reasoning behind that is this area right here. So let me just make this box a little bit bigger. Okay, so this area right here is a potential liquidity grab zone, right? So I said to myself, do you know what, rather than repeat the situation from last time, which is obviously I went in profit, then I went heavy negative red due to market correction, I'm going to just start locking in profits, because I am a good trader. That I know for myself to be a fact. Okay, and as you follow me through with my technical analysis, etc., you're going to come to that realization too. I'm not saying I'm perfect, I'm not saying I get everything right all the time, because I don't, okay, but I definitely know what I'm doing, right? That there is a fact. I know what I'm doing, I know how to enter, and I know how to get out, and I know why I get out, and I know why I get in. Okay, so I know them all, right? Once again, not saying I know everything, but it's just like, if you know how to paint, you know how to paint, simple as. Like, I know how to trade. Okay, so without obviously blowing up my head too much, right? So why did I move my stop over here? So on a 1 hourly is going to make a bit more sense. Okay, so I said this area is a liquidity grab area. So what I want to do basically moving forward, my new ideology, my new thinking is this, okay? I do not want to take any more reds, right? So either I will get out of the position with a very small gain, or I get out of the position in a big gain, or I get out of the position with a very small loss should a stop be triggered, should the conditions I'm waiting to happen in order for me to bring in a trading stop not happen, and obviously I get closed out, then my loss will be very small. But ultimately the account can build very quickly back to the level where it was before the catastrophe happened if I implement these practices. Okay, so if I zoom in a little bit closer, if I zoom in a little bit closer here, right? If I zoom in a little bit closer here, the trailing stop is just under these 2 wicks. Just under these 2 wicks. So it's roughly around where I have this little blue line right here. That's where the trailing stop is. Actually, let me bring in, hang on 1 second. Let me just show price level. Okay. So at this level, 4625, okay, 14625, that's where my trading stop is. Okay, so And if you got in at this level, you could have had a trailing stop over here. Once it went past here, you could then move your trailing stop to where my trailing stop is right now if you haven't done so. So that is something that you could do. And once again, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Please subscribe and become a Piptonite. Right. So let's have a look to see what's happening. So at the moment right now, it feels like the market has created a new lower high right here, and it's going to continue pushing upwards. Should that happen, my trailing stop is now coming over here, right here. That's where I'm going to be moving it up to, okay, until it hits TP. And if it does a violent pull down, at least I would have gotten something out of the whole deal, okay? Because like I said, no more reds. I'm sick of it. I'm not taking that no more. That red was the biggest red I've ever taken, and it was over 3 positions, and literally it has mentally scarred me. Like, it has. I think that was the biggest punch I've ever taken in the markets as a trader in my whole career of trading. That was the worst, because I was so goddamn sure of myself, right? And literally it did not work out. And that's what happens. Sometimes you can be overconfident in the market and you can find yourself in a crazy situation, i.e. find yourself in the ocean when there's a storm and you're hoping for someone to come and save you. That was me doing the correction. Literally, that was me. So this is all going great and this is going fantastic. I mean, what do I think it's going to do now? I still think it's going to push up, okay? So say, for example, if you haven't obviously grabbed a position in the NAS100 and you're thinking about grabbing a position, okay? This area here is a bit of a risky one. So this area, I'm just going to draw it out here. This area here is it's a little bit risky. I'm not going to lie to you because of where it is, okay? It's a little bit risky, all right? But you could do that, and then you could hold a tight stop, right? You could hold a tight stop right under here, hoping that it doesn't come down to that level. Because the last thing that you want is if this here is the beginning of, say, like a head and shoulders, where we have the head here, and this is the first shoulder, and we're waiting to see there's going to be a second shoulder over here. But this move in this corner right here tells me that it's going to keep pushing up. It's going to keep pushing up. Reason why I say that is super simple. My thinking, why I came to that conclusion, okay, it is that simply because this high, okay, is lower than this high, and this looks like it's a lower high. That's what it looks like to me. It could change in a few hours or so. That could definitely happen, but for now, that is what it looks like. So if you're thinking about getting in, this area would look super smooth to do so. Let me actually mark it out so you, oh no, I didn't want to do that. No. Okay, let me get rid of this, right? Let me just mark it out so you can see the little tag on the side. So this area will be good, and where the other tag is, which is 14625, is where you could put in your stop for this particular position. And then if it goes up to create a new higher high, you will obviously keep your fingers crossed, and then if it creates a second one after that, you can then bring in the trailing stop under the first higher high. All right, so that will be what I am now doing, like moving forward. That's my new strategy that I'm going to be implementing into the markets to make sure that I get as many blues as I possibly can, supposed into these reds. So this little stop that I put here, okay, it's now changed. It's actually not in profit, but to keep this whole thing moving smooth, okay, I have to keep it like this. Because if I move it up any further, it's just going to say, yep, you closed out. And obviously, I like it when the little arrow is pointing up and it's just building up the whole shebang. Let me do a different color so it actually really pops, you know what I mean? So it really pops. Okay, so now you see it really pops, you know what I mean? You can see that it's doing this thing. So that will be the move for the NAS, and I think the NAS is going to continue to push up. Now, if I jump onto the news real quick and see what the report is, so I can just tell you accurately exactly what it was. So what's today? Today is February the 2nd. And today is a day of synchronicity, so that is cool. So it's 02/02/2022. So if you're into all of that, I mean, I'm kind of into all of that in a way, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of into that. So yeah, today feels special. Right, so enough of that nonsense. Let's get to what we're really here for, pips and points. Right, so what was the report about? What was the forecast? Okay, so the forecast. So for the forecast today, okay, so the forecast, so previous, it was 505 was the forecast, 1,000, okay, and the forecast for this month, and it came in at 807,000. And that is the ADP non-farm payroll, which stands for automatic data processing. All right. But however, the real non-farm payroll is coming out on Friday, right? And that non-farm payroll is the one that we're all keeping an eye out for, because that can either keep this whole party over here going smooth, or it can screw this whole party, right? And if it does, like I said, I'm walking out with some kind of blue. I might not get the whole pie, but I'm going to get a piece of it. 1,000,000%, I'm taking a piece of that pie. Do you know what I mean? So that's that for now. So that is all looking great. Let me just go back to a little bit of the high time frame. Let's look at it on the day again, see how that looks. And on the day, it looks fantastic. It looks fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Just going to drag this across over here. We're going to get rid of this blue over here because we don't need that around anymore. We know what everything is, and we definitely don't need this anymore. This was purely visual aid for my awesome Piptonites, but you all get the picture now. You can go back and watch the previous videos if you want to know what those areas were. But we're just going to keep these simple lines here. So now let's talk about management of this whole situation. What could happen between now, the non-farm payroll, and next week? You see this area that I've marked out in blue? Okay, this is the area that price can return back to. Price can come back to this area right here. Okay, right? And remember, if price comes back to this area, it's still an uptrend. It's not a downtrend, it's still an uptrend. All right, because why? If it comes to this area, this low and that low basically says it's creating higher lows now, even though this level right here, which is a lower high, and this here is a lower high, will say, well, it's in the downtrend. No, if it comes down here, this whole thing is now a reversal. What we hoped and we talked about on Friday would now be the case in this area. So this area is the key area for me to keep an eye out for. And like I said, because I'm bringing in the trailing stop now, if it knocks me out, fine. I'll wait to see where it falls, and if it falls to this level, as soon as it produces the conditions that I need, we're back in again. We're back in again. We're back in again. That's how we're going to play this whole scenario, whole situation. The next thing that I want to talk about is I think I want to talk about Euro USD. So let's bring in Euro USD. Bring in Euro USD. Okay. And here we have Euro USD. It's gone into the red. So that little sell trade that I've put in has gone negative. Okay. But however, it needs to break above this level right here for this whole thing to be invalid. So for the meantime, it looks good. And if you had taken a sell, i.e. gone with what I recommended in this video, and obviously not financial advice, you are expected to do your own research and not just listen to me and do what I'm saying, right? You are highly recommended to do your own research or speak to a trained professional financial advisor who can advise you on what to do and how to do it, all right? You'd be sitting in the red right now, okay? But I'm super confident. I'm just going to raise this stop up a little bit higher to about this level, okay? I'm super confident that somewhere around this level, we're going to get a reversal. Somewhere around this level right here, we're going to get a reversal, which would be 1.13. all right, so let's have a look to see if there's any indicators now that is potentially saying that that's going to happen. So at the moment, there isn't any, but this doji right here is interesting. Well, it's not interesting, it's interesting, sorry, wrong choice of words there. So this doji right here is in an interesting location to say that this could be a potential reversal, right? But let's see what happens. Let's see what happens as the days move on. So I mean, at this level right here, where it is, okay, I'm expecting it to fall. I'm expecting it to fall from here, right? I'm expecting it to fall from right here, and we're going to see what happens. We're going to see what happens in regards to that. We're going to see if it does fall, and if it does fall, then obviously you can catch some more pips. So what's the next thing that we want to look at over here before we wrap this evening up? We're not going to look at gold. Let's look at let's see what the New Zealand dollar against actually no, I don't even like this structure at all. I mean, it's workable, but I don't like it. Let me see, because I have been playing around with this chart for a little while. Let's get rid of all of this stuff here. Let's see what's going on. Because this is the chart I like to do a lot of back testing on, just because it's just all over the place. So it's a good place to actually train how to maneuver in the markets and spot changes before the changes become really big, crazy changes. So I like playing around in this chart. It's actually one of my favorite instruments to trade, but I do like training on this chart itself. So if I was to look at this, I would say this is a sell. I'll be selling this, right? I literally will be selling this. And let me go into the hourly to see why I would be selling this. Why would you be selling this, Jono? Why would I be selling this right now? So let's have a look to see what's happened. Okay, so all right, cool. So this area where we're in right now is the area that this price needs to break above. If price breaks above this level, then I would want to start selling. I'll be considering selling, and I'll be looking for the best possible price I can get, but I'll be considering selling from this particular level around here. All right, but for now, I think this is going to continue to fall. I think it's going to continue to fall, and it's going to produce a new lower high. So we have a lower high here, and we have another lower high here, and we have another lower high here, and we have another lower high here. So once it does that, then literally I'm going to be in. The level that we're talking about for a potential move will be 0.666. Imagine that. Can you imagine that? 0.666. Oh Lord. Let me mark this out actually. Because this is too cool. Actually, let me see if I can get all sixes. Ah, yeah, that's it. Bing. Look at that. 666. Oh my lad. Okay, so if that happens, we can get in and see that if we can have a look to see if price is actually gonna keep going up. All right. So all my Christians out there, okay, this is a number that's gonna freak you out. Can you imagine entry at 666 and it actually moves against you? So you buy it and then boom, it just falls all the way down. That would be hilarious. But yes, okay, so that's what I would say for this particular move. If it breaks above that level, then you could consider taking in a buy option. So with that, my awesome pip tonights, okay, I want to thank you for coming over and supporting the channel yet again. And if you're new to the channel for the very first time, hit the subscription button, turn on the notification icon, and turn on the bell so you can continue to receive awesome videos in regards to the markets and how you could move in the markets. Because all I'm doing is presenting you with new ideas that maybe somebody hasn't talked about, or maybe it confirms somebody else's idea, and then that will then help give you that solid grounding in regards to how you want to navigate this awesome space called the markets, the place where dreams come true. All right, so with nothing to say and nothing more to do, I want to thank you all for coming over. I want to shout out all you guys, like big love to all of you, blessings throughout the week. I hope you guys make as many pips as possible, and I hope you guys, all of you, stay safe. So listen, I'm going to sign out, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video, which will be tomorrow, and I will 100% be doing a video tomorrow. Okay, so thank you guys, you've been great, you've been awesome, I appreciate you all, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next video. Jono signing out.